I don't exactly come from a picture-perfect family. My dad was a very angry person, which led to aggression towards me and my siblings. My parents fought a lot. My freshman year of high school, my parents decided to separate and later get a divorce. After my parents separated, the church basically made me feel like human garbage. They turned their backs on everything I felt my mom had accomplished as a worship leader. But in that moment, we ceased to exist. It was like we became invisible. They talked down about us. You could hear the whispers of the Berkmeyer family through the hallways. And it caused me to want nothing to do with church for the rest of my life, I thought at the time. I still believed that God was who he said he was. I just hated Christians. So I'd been working at a bar for a good amount of time, and this buddy of mine just kept bugging me to go to this new church, this church that was super different. He made it super clear that he was going to keep inviting me to church whether I wanted to go with him or not. So I finally gave up and we made an agreement. I went to his church the next Sunday and I showed up at Anthem. At that time in my life, I would have rather have been punched in the face or to watch every episode of Barney and Friends. I didn't care what it was. There was no way that you were going to convince me to go to church. And I heard the singing at Anthem for the first time. I heard the music for the first time. And in that moment, I realized that this is where I was supposed to be. And then one Sunday, Chad was on stage talking about volunteering, what a great thing it was. And I was just like, I should do that. I should totally volunteer. And I looked at the list and there was all these things that none of which I thought I was going to be any good at. And so I was like, well, student ministry should be easy. So I just checked that and went, and I loved it. And Anthem just continued to love me right where I was at. It's the highlight of my week. I could be at work pulling a 12-hour shift, and all I can think about is Sunday. Just make it till Sunday. You'll get to be at Anthem. Just make it till Sunday. And I walk in here, and I'm working. I get here at 7 o'clock in the morning, but I love it. It's what I live for. It's my passion now. It's what I want to do for the rest of my life, to serve students and to hang out with, the booger-nosed sixth grader that nobody else wants to hang out with. That's my people, And on the surface, it doesn't seem like much, but at the end of the day, it's all I want to do. I've had, promotions to move away and to go do other things, and I've stayed simply because this is my family. And I got my family in Orlando, and I love them to death, and I would do anything for my mom and my siblings, but this is home now. Serving other people is a selfless thing to do. And it's hard, it's super hard. But it's probably one of the most rewarding things you can ever do with your life. There is someone that's going to step foot in Anthem, and you don't know who it is, and your past experiences are going to change their life. Someone is going to come into Anthem and they need you to be there. And the only way that you're going to be there to change their life is if you serve.